What's going on, guys? It is Aiden Hutchinson.
What's up, man? It's your boy Amon-Ra St. Brown.
What's going on, Coach Dan at Lions Talk Live and the Blue Crew? This is Ball Hawk, Fatima, the founder of the Detroit Lions. Everybody make sure you help support the YouTube channel Lions Talk Live by clicking that like and subscribe button. Let's get it and go Detroit.
Greetings and salutations to everyone out there in YouTube land. This is Dan Skipper, offensive weapon for the Detroit Lions. Make sure you all help support Lions Talk Live, Coach Dan, by clicking on that like and subscribe button. Everybody. Woo!
Well, greetings and salutations, everybody out there in YouTube land. I am your host once again, Dan Thornton. I want to thank you all for joining us here today. Lions Talk Live morning show, Saturday edition, roughly 30 some hours before kickoff. Yes, we're going to start just a minute or two early because I've got to get out a little early today. The Red Wolves, we start our preseason scrimmages today to get ready for the regular season, and I've got to be there a little early. So anyways, we're going to get on through this episode, get you through a few things, and I think Dan Miller's pretty spot on with this. I think this is going to be a problem for both the team, the NFL, etc., but in a good way, So let's get this show going, not waste any time. If you haven't yet subscribed to Lions Talk Live, please consider doing so. Hey, we need 35 more subs to hit 11,000. If you can help out with that, that would be great. Also, if you would be so kind, reach on down, hit that thumbs up button, that like button. You probably know it helps all YouTubers out exponentially. So we try to get every video 200, 300, 400, 10 million subs, or thumbs up and likes. We'll take the subs too, though. All right, last but not least, if you're considering buying or selling property anywhere in the continental United States, let alone the state of Michigan, give me a call or shoot me a text. You see the number now on the screen, 269-998-2384. Give me a call, shoot me a text, save you some time, save you some money, make the process a whole lot easier. I work hard so you don't have to. So that's basically part of my job is to make sure you also don't step on a proverbial landmines, not actual ones. That would never be good. All right, with all that said and done, I'm trying to speed through some of this, guys, just so we can get things going and I can get more information. But let's go ahead and get over to the first topic of the day. And as you know, that is 5 headlines now. All right, 5 headlines, Detroit Lions headlines now. Terry Arnold makes bold statement about himself. Lions secondary, the Sporting News, story by Mike Moratis. Terry Arnold, I think all of us know it. He's not somebody who lacks confidence. And you can see his play on the field is clearly growing. You can see his PFF grades keep going up and away. The penalties that riddled him kind of at the start of the season, they're not nearly as many as they once were. And a lot of that's just you could see his development. Now he's talking about getting interceptions. When the interceptions happen, he thinks they're going to be, more than 1 or 2 in a row. They're going to come in bunches. I think he's right. He's been pretty close on a few of them. He is locating the ball better. His hand placement's better. His footwork, to me, while it's clearly gotten better over his rookie year, it's never really been an issue with him. I think by the time he's in his second or third season, he probably is going to be a top 10 NFL cornerback. And you may even see right now where, I don't know, man, the first month of the season, you might have said he might have been one of the bottom 25% of NFL cornerbacks. I'd say he's mid-level now. So he's the middle of the pack. And there's enough time left in the season where things are said and done. He might be a top 25% cornerback, which is quite a change from the start of the year to where he is now. All right, Detroit Lions lose cornerback for the week, rookie cornerback for the week, 12 with a late week injury. USA Today story by Jeff Risen. So for the second time in his young Lions career, Enos Rakestraw is going to miss some time because of a hamstring injury. Popped up on the report. It's unfortunate for him, but hey, thankfully he's mostly this season only played on special teams. He has gotten some snaps here and there in the defensive side of the ball too, mostly in blowouts. So he's developing, he's getting better. But again, for the second time this season, he's damaged a hamstring and he's going to miss a little bit of time. All right, let's see. Next would be Lions hoping Mosley debuts. Laporta, Arnold, injury update, story, SI.com, story by Christian Bohr. So Emmanuel Mosley, we've been talking about it, well, I guess almost 3 weeks now. I believe he's going to be back for the Thanksgiving Day game. And if you listened to Dan Campbell talk yesterday about him, I think that's pretty much it. It is possible he could be a go tomorrow. It's possible, but you'll basically know one way or the other today. If he's activated, whatever, taken off the list, the pub list, etc., then yeah, he's probably out on the field tomorrow. Which, hey, if I'm a coach and I think he can, I want him out there tomorrow to get some of the rust off his system before we go out and play the Chicago Bears on Thanksgiving and then the Green Bay Packers right after that. So to me, this is an ideal setup for him to get out there tomorrow. Hopefully he can. I do think he'll help the team out. Laporta, hey, he was a full participant in practice yesterday. So to me, that means if they want him out there, he's all good to go. There's probably not many issues. I still think with him, man, I'd probably wait until the Thanksgiving Day game just because you've got 3 games in such short amount of time. Yeah, I'd probably give him this one off, but you know what? They don't ask me. Detroit Lions schedule may get unexpected change. So this popped up kind of midday, late yesterday, whatever you want to say. And I thought about doing a video on it, but then I was like, I'll just wait for the morning show. Just busy with work and then coaching and then, well, of course, keeping up with the Duke crew, right? But it sounds like there's some potential the Detroit Lions game against the Buffalo Bills is going to be flexed to a Monday night game. Could it be just a Sunday night game? That is also an option for the NFL. We're going to have to wait and see what happens, but it is starting to gain steam, and I get it. Lions went out, Bills went out. You've got 2 heavyweights late in the season looking to face each other. Yeah, I can see where the NFL wants to make a business decision there and try to move that to a primetime game because that game's going to get a lot of views. All right, last of the 5 headlines now. Latest Ben Johnson buzz. Is he staying with the Detroit Lions? SI.com. And I only put this in there just because on Saturdays, there's typically it's hard to find 5 headlines now to talk about just because Fridays, there's pretty vanilla information or news that comes out, let alone overnight on for a Saturday morning show. But I do put it out there because we all get it, man. Is he going to get overtures? Yes. We also get there's emerging reports that suggest that Ben Johnson might be in a rock and a hard place, whatever you want to say, because his wife, his family, his kids do not want to leave Detroit. They want to stay here. So who do you try to make happy? Do you go for your personal goals of being a head coach? Or do you say, you know what, hey, just give me some more money. My family's happy here. My kids are happy here. I'm staying here. That's something we're going to have to wait for the offseason. I don't care what really anybody says. I don't think you're getting any information that's legit out there on this until, maybe deep in the playoffs, something could happen. But if the Lions really making a Super Bowl push, I'm guessing Johnson's focused on that and not a job interview. But been wrong before. All right, let's go ahead and get over to the main topic of the day. Man, I am powering through this stuff today. We got some record times on these. All right, main topic of the day time. This is going to be a problem. And I think Dan Miller's spot on. So he's talking about a couple different things. He thinks the Lions are really starting to hit their own peaks, I guess you could say. The offense, we all get it. Start of the season, start off very rough. Hey, you don't play preseason. Guys need reps. Everybody needs to get on the same page. Plus, let's also look from a schematic standpoint. There are significant changes. And I know we've talked about it for months now. Significant changes to the structure of this offense versus the last couple of years. So was that playing a factor in kind of the slow start against the Rams, the Buccaneers, probably a couple other teams I'm not thinking of off the top of my head. And from a coaching standpoint, I would say yes. You want to know why Goff and the receivers look a little bit off in those first couple of games? Well, a lot of it is the route structures have changed. The offense has changed. The blocking assignments have changed. All that plays a big factor. And anybody who's never been through it before, I get it. It probably doesn't seem like a big deal to you. But even just some minor tweaks and changes where now the brain takes a half second longer to process. All right, I'm supposed to cut here. I'm supposed to go 8 yards up and then cut this way. Or the pass I'm supposed to throw that I'm used to throwing here or there in that situation now has changed because the schematics have changed. All that comes into fruition. But I think Dan Miller is spot on that the Lions offense is a problem for the rest of the other NFL, especially when you see Jameson Williams continue evolvement. Continue development into basically, I won't say he's quite a 1A wide receiver yet, so your primary wide receiver on the team, but I think he's getting pretty close. I could see a lot of teams that don't have the weapons the Lions have. He's your number one guy because the speed, because the space he causes, because the issues he causes for the other team. Now you add in the fact that you do have an Amon-Ra St. Brown. You do have a Sam Laporta. You do have a Tim Patrick. You do have 2 phenomenal running backs that can come downhill at you and hurry. And let's also be fair. Gibbs has become, I think, and it's no disrespect to David Montgomery. I think they are Thunder and Lightning, Sonic and Knuckles and everything. They're a perfect combination. But I also think when I watch Gibbs out there cutting, running, he's might be if he's not the number one running back in the NFL, he's in the top 5 conversation for sure. He's a problem for every NFL defense to have to pick up and account for on every play. So again, the problem being this offensive line is through the charts good. What you saw him do last week, that's what we thought we were getting at the start of the preseason, that this was going to be just a dominating, road grading, you can't touch our quarterback, we're too dang good type of offensive line. And we've seen flashes for sure throughout the season. Moments in here and there where you're like, man, that overtime, that first drive in against the Rams couldn't do anything, man. LeVay called every time out he could, tried to do whatever rotations he could. They were gassed. They had nothing left. Lions just destroyed them. Last week, we get it. Lions could have done whatever. They could have put, little Timmy behind the offensive line, or just whoever behind that offensive line. They would have had 5 seconds to throw the ball. So Miller, I think, is spot on that this is something that's popping up, and all Lions fans should be excited about. This team is a problem for every defense that's going to face the rest of the year. Now, he goes on, if you watch the interview he does over, that he also talks about the problem that seems to be emerging for the defense. We get it, all the injuries, but it's also going to be a problem in a good way that you're seeing a lot of guys develop. You're seeing guys get more and more meaningful reps. And in regards to the rest of the NFL, he says, because of that, you're also setting the Lions up for a lot of success if some of these guys do return. We talked about Broderick Martin returning this week. Well, you know what? If Emmanuel Mosley is going to return either tomorrow or on Thanksgiving Day. One of the two is going to happen. So now that already very good secondary has a guy who's going to come back, a Pro Bowler. He's going to have to shake off some rust. But how much better does that secondary get, which is now a problem for every offense that the Lions defense faces. The other thing I want to throw out there is people have been talking about, Alex Anzalone. He's going to be back this season. My anticipation is probably week 17, 18. And I know we talked about this earlier in the week. In my opinion, week 17, 18 is going to be a real big date for the Detroit Lions because I don't think he's the only one who's going to be making a comeback at that time, which also suggests, if you guys saw the video, oh gosh, what's it been, a week now, where Aiden Hutchinson is in the pool and he's, moving around and everything. And he's showing that he can walk. Also pay attention to the pool level itself. So why is this important? I had a trainer, the trainer at the Pawpaw pointed out to me that he's in there and he's, up to it, basically past his shoulders. So basically his body is weightless at this point. What they want to see, and that you see, I think it was yesterday or the day before, there was an updated water video of him. That water level's already gone down a bit. So now it's not up to his shoulders. It's down to about his chest. So we'll just say a 10% reduction. Every 10%, as is explained to me, means there's more now weight being bared on that leg. Why is that important? It illustrates how much that leg is healing and rapidly. So is it possible Hutchinson could be back for the playoffs? According to what we're seeing, according to what Hutchinson's putting out there, yes. And then, yes, as Miller alludes to, is this a problem for every NFL team? Yeah, because you start getting, Emmanuel Mosley back, Broderick Martin back, perhaps Derek Barnes back. Anzalone, that's not going to be a problem. He's going to be back. And then maybe Aiden Hutchinson. How much of a problem is it going to be for every team in the playoffs that faces the Detroit Lions? Well, now this Lions defense, which has done a phenomenal job throughout this season with more injuries than probably most of the national media really is aware of. The fact that both starting defensive ends, 2 of your 3 starting linebackers are out. One of your projected starting cornerbacks is perhaps going to make a comeback. And who knows with Ife Melifonwu, man? I don't know. When he's back, he's back. We'll see. But right now at this point, wait and see in time. But it's going to be a major problem for everybody we face if the Lions offense holds where it's at. And then, yes, this defense gets right, gets healthy, because now you got Za'Darius Smith, potentially to some degree, Aiden Hutchinson in the playoffs. The linebackers, not only have you developed the depth with some of your other guys who've gotten meaningful minutes with, Derek Barnes being out, Anzalone being out for a while. So now that linebacker rotation for Detroit, which was already pretty dang good, is through the chart good because those guys have gotten snaps, they've gotten better, et cetera, et cetera. You got fresh legs with Anzalone. You're going to have fresh legs with, Emmanuel Mosley, Alex Anzalone. If Barnes does come back, he's going to be pretty fresh. Hutchinson, even though he won't be 100%, he'll be fresh. I think you guys get where I'm going with all that. And that's what I'm going to say. I give Dan Miller a lot of credit. I mean, he's got an eye for a lot of things. He understands things that I think most of us, just because we get focused on what's the score going to be for this game or who's going to be great for fantasy football. We don't always pay attention to maybe the next layer of thinking with stuff. But Miller, he's been the voice of the Lions since Chris champion. So whatever that's been, 20 years or so. I think he's spot on. I think the Lions are perhaps one of the most complete teams the NFL has seen. Oh, gosh, I'm trying to think the last time you've seen a team this good. Probably the Randy Moss New England Patriots, because to be fair, they were very balanced on offense and defense, special teams, the whole shebang. Maybe you could say the 1999 Rams, because they did have a lot of playmakers on defense and on offense. I don't think any of the Baltimore teams were that great because the offenses were, they got you by, but they weren't explosive, but the defenses were through the roof. All right, Duke Crew, I've got about 20 minutes that I got to go, so let's get over to you guys. But what do you guys think? Is Dan Miller right? Is this offense basically unguardable, a problem for the other team? Or the fact that some of these injured players on defense are starting to return and looks like over the next month and a half, they're going to be returning. So now they get full strength right before the playoffs. Is that going to be a problem for people? What say you? Let's get over to the Duke Crew. All right, let me scroll to the top of the screen. And this is going to take a moment, so pretty please bear with me. All right, and almost there. And here we go. Robert, greetings and salutations. Back at you, my friend. JDC, good morning, all. Back at you. Good morning, JDC. The eye is always watching, right? Robert, I can't wait for Jason's video of the Tree of Destiny. Hey, coming on up, and hey, we're getting pretty close to it. Speaking of Jason, no link for Dan tomorrow? No, I'll put one out there. Usually I wait till after the morning show in the morning just because I was getting a lot of people said if I put them both up at the same time, they were going to the wrong place for the morning show, and then, it caused chaos. So I wait for after the morning show typically, and then put the link for the live cast. Let's see, Robert, Lions 38, Colts 17. I'll go with that. Bo, good morning, Duke Crew, Super Bowl contender! Exclamation point. Woo! I concur. I think we are, man, 100%. Just greetings, salutations. Let's go, Lions! Exclamation point. At Jason Berry puts it up on Sundays. Yes, correct. I put the link up on Sundays. JDC, tick, Tree of Destiny. Yep. Jason has said we're going to do a live cast for it, so I'll send a link to him. He can show us the unveiling of the Tree of Destiny live on a morning show or whenever we're going to do it, I guess. Hey, everybody, exclamation point. Hope it's a great day for the Duke Crew. And back at you, Robert. Let's see, Jason, contact Dan O'Damas. He might send you the link. We will send you the link. Jason, JDC, ticking down to the Tree of Destiny. Eddie, greetings, salutations, laughing out loud. Are we really doing a video for the Tree of Destiny? Sounds like it, my friend, so get ready for it. Get the popcorn ready. Frank, good morning, Duke Crew, East Side. Woo, woo, go Lions, good morning to you, Tank. Robert, I think Dan has taken on even another job. I saw him selling Christmas trees down at the local hardware store. Not that job, but I did take on a new job, whatever it was, a day or two ago, something like that. Robert, Lions Ward, Colts, not so much. I will go with that. Trey, let me click on it. What's good? All question mark. I stopped at a Circle K in GR yesterday and thought about getting a do. We are winning tomorrow 30-17. Hey, just win, baby. That's what I'm saying. And I do love me some Circle K. Rich, Lions 28, Colts 17. Lions roaring 24. We'll keep the roar going. Frank the Tank, this will be an epic game. The Colts are going to get the Lions game 28 to 20. Go Lions. Hey, again, we can win by 50. We can win by 1. As long as we win, I'm happy. Lions Talk Live fan, what do you got? 45-13. I would take that. I'm going to be interested to see what Aaron Glenn does to AR-15 and how Anthony Richardson handles it. I think he's got a lot of upside, but I think Aaron Glenn should be able to catch him with some stuff. He's still a growing, developing quarterback, and usually it takes a couple years for him to start really kind of doing the pre-snap, post-snap read stuff. We'll see how aggressive Glenn's going to be. Miles Meyer, greetings, salutations, Coach. Crew, thumbnail collection of open mouse. I'll go with that. It might be. I guess I didn't even pay attention to that. If it is, let me look. Yes, you're all right. Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Let's see. Frank the Tank. Detroit Lions will win against Indianapolis Colts, but the Colts will give Detroit Lions the game to go down the fourth quarter. Go Lions. Hey, could be. Let's see what happens. I'm personally hoping for a blowout, just so maybe the fourth quarter we can rest our guys a little bit more, be just a little bit more fresh for Thursday. France, who leads the D tomorrow? I think it's going to have to be a combination of everybody. All right, Brian Branch will probably be a big role in it. Same with Kirby. Ali McNeil is going to get his normal stuff. Maybe Zadarius Smith, Jack Campbell, but I think it's going to have to be a total team effort tomorrow. Robert, run the ball, then throw to JMO. Boom, I like it. Throw it deep to JMO. Brent, Lions 37-17. Hooker time again. Oh, yeah. I like the way you're thinking. Robert, hey, Hatman, how is your hunting season going? We will find out. Inquiring minds want to know. John, good morning all. Same to you, John. Hopefully it's a great start to your day. Miles Martin, hey, Brent DeWitt, how's the eyeball? We'll find out. See, Frank the Tank, this will be a Jared Goff. Indianapolis is going to try and stop the run. Goff, 300 plus, 3 touchdowns. 2 to St. Brown. Go Lions. Yeah, keep that streak going for St. Brown. That'd be something. What's that? I think he puts him, if he gets a touchdown tomorrow, he needs one against the Chicago Bears to tie the NFL record. And then if he could do that, then he could break it against Green Bay. Miles Martin, good morning, John. See, Jason, can we break the Colts streak of close games and put up a 37-17 shelling? Question mark. Superdome or bust. I think you're right. Let's get after him. Steve, greetings, salutations to Dan and the new crew! Exclamation point. I'm excited to see all the Detroit Lions fans at Lucas Oil Stadium. Yeah, I'm guessing we'll travel pretty well. The hard part will be which blue is for the Lions, which blue is for the Colts. We'll have to see. Susan Scott, good morning. I think the problem for the team, for other teams, is the offense. Good luck stopping all the weapons, and now Goff is scrambling just enough to hurt the defense. You're not wrong. I mean, the fact that he's willing to run and does look like he has gotten better at running to a degree. I mean, you're splitting hairs here, but I think he does just enough now to force teams to say, hey, if you're going to drop everybody in a man and not have any respect on me, if I get some blocking, I can pick up 3-4 yards. And while that doesn't seem like a lot, if he does it on first down, well, if he gets 3 or 4, now it's, 2nd and 7 or 6. That's not too bad. Robert, Dan, can you convince Tim to be a special guest? I will ask again, see if I can. Brent, eyes are better, thanks. So I'll take that. Man Bear, greetings, Danaroo and Scooby-Doo crew. Back at you, Man Bear. Exclamation point, by the way. And yes, Miles Marker, Crazy Legs Golf at Susan Scott. Yes, he is running all over the place. Papa, good morning, Duke. Good morning, Detroit Lions fans. Back at you, Pop. Quentin, greetings, salutations. True. Goff is now running more. He is indeed. Voltron Force, good morning. I don't see how the Colts can slow down our offense against the Bears. It will be reversed. I don't see their offense scoring enough. You're not wrong. The Colts, I think their offense is going to have to power them. If their offense can't do stuff tomorrow, I just don't see it even being close. But in regards to the Bears game, the Bears have a defense. I think we all can say that. They've got a pretty good one. It's been one that's been maybe worn down a little bit over the season because it's been out there so much. But with that being said, it's Thanksgiving. Everybody's watching across the nation. I'm guessing that will give some adrenaline to them. As long as the Lions don't get in their own way, as long as they can score a couple points, a couple touchdowns, maybe 20-28 on the Bears, I think you probably win. I'm just not sure Caleb Williams is yet ready to lead a team and put up all those points needed to keep up the Lions. But you got to beat the D first with Chicago. Jason, I predict a Broski sighting in the next week on the podcast of Destiny. Could be. We'll see if Broski shows his face, whatever account he may be in. Pat, our O-line looked great last game. Need to make that the norm? Yes, if they could do that, man, this team, the offense, like Miller was saying, it would continue to be a problem for more and more teams just because if you can't stop the run, you can't stop Goff, you can't get to Goff, you're really in a no-win situation. Jason, Coach, what's your prediction for the health of the team come playoffs? I actually think, I'm trying to be, positive Pete here or whatever, I actually think the defense should be getting about as healthy as it's been all season, right about the start of the playoffs. I personally think the more I see the videos of, and I already referenced it, the water levels going down significantly in a short amount of time for Aiden Hutchinson, that tells me that he's probably going to be back. I guess I'll stick with the NFC Championship game. Maybe the week before that. That really seems pushing it to me. But if it is, and the Lions have the number 1 seed, then he's back for the first game of the playoffs. As far as Derek Barnes, I do think there's some possibility him and Zloney come back the last week or two of the regular season. John Kaminsky's probably about that time frame too. So the defense could actually be getting a lot of needed reinforcements the last week or two of the regular season. If that all happens, man, this defense is already playing good, could play way good. As long as nothing unforeseen happens to the offense, man, you see the timing emerging. There doesn't seem to be any issues from a health standpoint. Obviously, that can change on one play, but I think I really like this team going into the playoffs. How about that? Dave, another big game tomorrow for JMO and St. Brown? I would think so. I think the Colts secondary isn't strong. Their pass rush is It's decent. It's not great. And you give those two time, Goff's probably going to pick you apart. All right, Mr. Nico, shout out to Dan Miller, the voice of the Lions. Yeah, he does a great job. I grew up listening and working, listening to Mark Champion. I thought he did a great job. I understand the team decided to move on because by the end of the Millen era, Champion had voiced his thoughts on Matt Millen, I guess you could say. So the team didn't like that. They let him go. That's too bad because he had been there a long time. But to be fair, Dan Miller's done a great job. So, Coach, congrats on your new job. Thanks for that. Thank you very much. Looking forward to it. John, I love Dan Miller. I think most Lions fans do. I don't know if I've met one who doesn't, but there probably is some. Let's see. Matthew, greetings and salutations. GK, okay. Well, it's good to see you this morning. Man, made it a much shorter intro than your norm, man. What's going on? Hookadoo, good morning, Dan and the Duke crew. One pride. It's almost time to turn the Colts into a manure pony. Roar Detroit, I'll take that. Paul, oh, dang, here, we're early. We did. I started, whatever it was, 2-3 minutes early. Motown, Mitch, what do you got? Greetings, salutations, Coach. Lions rule, Bears drool. Back at you. Jason, early Lions castles the Colts. I'll take that. Paul, good morning, Dan and crew. Same to you. Lauren, good morning, Coach Dan. And good morning to you, too. Get a do crew. Woo! You want to woo? I'll give you a woo. How about that? A 1, 2, and a 3. And now we've wooed. Jason, catches. All right. Bo, good luck to your team, Coach. Thank you for that. Yeah, it'll be fun just to see him out there against some other teams for a bit. Man, it used to be you had like a month, maybe even 2 months to get a team ready for the season. Now you have 8 practices. That's really all they give you. Let's see, Mr. Nico, the days of drinking Kool-Aid are over, and it's time for the champagne. The Lions Talk Live, and Duke Crew are showing the world we're the next franchise football team. Acknowledge us. One pride. I'll take it, man, because you're all right. We are, I think, becoming the standard everybody else wants to follow as far as the NFL. Lions Talk Live fan, when was TA's last penalty? It's been a minute, hasn't it? It has been a minute. Your brother in Christ, good morning, Coach. Long-time Super Bowl or bust. Detroit Lions 28, Indianapolis 10. I'll take that, and good morning to you, my friend. JDC, getting real in the D. Go Lions. Same to you. I like that, man. See, Paperbacks fan, greetings, salutations, Drew Crew. Go Lions. Don Burr, Frank the Tank, Indy can try to stop the run. Won't happen, though. Exclamation point. Sonic the Knuckles with 80-plus yards rushing and a touchdown. I'll take that. Yada, yada, badass. Hey, what up, though, Coach? Exclamation point. I finally caught you live. It'd been a while. I'm about to be a new father. Congrats, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. So I've really been busy, but best believe I watch your show all the time, Lions fans. Woo, woo, woo. Hey, man, congratulations, man. That's awesome news. And let us know how the baby of destiny does upon arrival. Pierce, good morning, guys. Back at you, Pierce. Hopefully it's a great one. Lauren, Lions had a lot of primetime games. They do, man. And you know what? I do think that Bills game, it would make sense why they would want to flex it, in my opinion. Let's see, Philippines on the mountain. Hey, brother Dan, exclamation point, another great show. Thank you for that. And thank you. Hey, anytime, man. Yeah, and thanks for the thoughts on Facebook the other day. Let's see, Lauren, I think Aaron Glenn will take a head coach job first. Might be. Could be. And I get it. Anybody who's an assistant coach, you get your opportunities, man. Go take them. Let's see, George, what do you got? Good morning, Coach and Duke Crew. Go Lions. Woo! And good morning to you, George. Pierce, remaining schedule, do I think it's tough? Yes, but a problem, no. We can hang with everyone. Yeah, I think our offense, if we get everybody back on defense, or at least a lot of them back on defense, the defense starts becoming a bigger and bigger problem. So we'll see. Trump, the Fords can't overpay both. I get that. Yeah, they can definitely overpay trying to keep guys. It really, in my opinion, it just comes down to do you want to be a head coach or not? And that's the tough part because I can't speak for anybody else, but I know when you get that opportunity, it's very tempting to most assistant coaches. Pierce, Aaron Glenn will go to New Orleans, calling it that now. Okay, that might be a fair call. Philippines, I'm worried about the Lions/Colts game. Do we got this, guys? I think so. I think we'll do okay. It doesn't mean we're going to win by 40 or whatever, but I think somewhere around 15 to 21, something in that range. Lauren Pierce, I agree. Don, Aaron Glenn is ex-coach in New Orleans. It's kind of a given. Yeah, I'd say a good thought there. Matthew Green, salutations. Good morning, everyone. Superdome, Super Bowl. Woo, woo, woo. Shade Lake Sioux. Woo, in the fresh morning dew. How about a shot of the old dew and a hearty Sheila Woo? Man, I'm having a hard time talking this morning, but you want one? I'll give you one. and allows me to catch my breath. So, anyways, Derek, good morning, Coach and crew. Ben should know he has to keep his wife happy. Yes, smart man if he does. Pierce, Don also played for the Jets, so that's an option as well. Yeah, I couldn't believe that I heard Rex Ryan wanted to be the next coach of the Jets. He's campaigning for it. Yeah, Aaron Glenn could go there as well. There's a lot of places they could all go, and let's be honest, there'll be a lot of teams after him. Don, Jets seem like a graveyard for players and coaches. Yes, they are not your dad's Jets. We'll put it that way. John, good morning, Duke crew. Lions by 28. I'll take that. And good morning to you, John. Let's see, Miles Martin, yada, yada. Congrats to you, bro. 100%, man. 100% with that. Lauren, I definitely think AG will be down south to Texas or Louisiana. Both are possibilities. Pierce, Don, I agree, but Glenn has history there in Lake New Orleans. Yep, that is true. Mark, Lions average 30-plus points against 13. My guess, 38-17, Lions cover. I'll take that. Trump's make Richardson quit again. Wouldn't that be something, man? Oof. If he quit on the team again, eesh. Lauren, our offensive line is super tough. Woo! Yeah, I hope they keep progressing up that way. Like I said, I think, man, they've been playing great. Tap out Richardson. We'll see. George, I believe Aaron Glenn will be a head coach next year, but Mr. Johnson will stay. Probably if you're a Lions fan, you don't want to see either of them go, but, if you can keep one of them, you're probably happy. Pierce, if the Bengals job opens up, that's the only way I see Johnson leaving. Maybe. Yeah, he'd have some weapons for sure. Don, stay home on the edges, make Richardson throw the ball. Terry Arnold gets his first pick. Kirby gets another pick. Detroit 33, Colts 16. I'll accept that. Miles Margaret, Hookadoo, good morning, bro. One pride. Don, don't see Hutchinson coming back this year. Yeah, who knows, man, if he does or doesn't. We'll have to wait and see. I just know this from all reports and from what he's putting out on social media. He's trying his best. I think the hard part is if you're like the medical staff, training staff for the Lions, you also got to make sure he doesn't go over the top with the recovery. Same with any of the guys. You don't want anybody getting a setback. Hookadoo, Miles Margaret, top of the morning, brother. Go Grit Lions. I'll concur. Lauren, once we have Hutch and Smith on our pass rush, oh my gosh, Lord have mercy on quarterbacks. Woo! Yes, I agree with that, especially with, Lee McNeil is doing a pretty good job of getting pressure too. DJ Reader, you get it. He's there to shut down the running lanes, etc. But, that Lions defensive front probably, if not the best one in the NFL, it'd be one of the best ones. George, what do you got? If we make the Super Bowl, Hutch will be back, exclamation point. No way he will sit that game out. Probably true. Derek, there is a good chance Iffy and Davenport never take another step in the Lions uniform. I would agree. It's nothing against Iffy. It's just he's had an unfortunate rash of injuries, unfortunate run. And because of that, man, we'll have to wait and see what shakes. Philippines, I would not push Hutch to come back before he's ready. I'm thinking of the long-term health, not short-term. Yeah, and then again, that's all coming down to him, his medical staff. Nobody from the Lions are going to force him to be out there. But I do think Hutch is doing all he can to be out there. Again, you got to probably help him pull back the reins a little bit. George, I'm sure, hope we get healthy soon. These injuries will catch up to us soon. I think they are, but again, give credit to Brad Holmes' scouting department, the front office, for making sure there's been a lot of depth here. Lions get through, say, the next 3 games, and no further huge injuries or whatever. You should start seeing some guys, start reemerging a little bit. Barnes, I'm going to say this, Barnes and Anzalone, I'm thinking week 17. We'll see what happens. Could somebody else pop up, a Kaminsky, maybe Davenport? I would think, man, you get to about week 17 or so with his recovery, you should be able to brace that up. And even though he might not be able to go full time, he could probably be a rotation guy. Or I wouldn't say our offense is unguardable. We are still humans. Yes, I'll go with that. Fair enough. Spoken Wheels, I don't care about what other people say about the Lions. Opinions always vary. I only care about Lions winning. Fair enough, man. Spot on with that. We have a very just so many weapons on offense. Nobody can stop them all. It makes it hard because when the offensive line is performing the way it did last week, what do you limit? You can't send everybody in to stop the run because then it's just, man, you run deep and I'll pitch it to you. And that's where the problem is. The Lions have a very, very balanced offense. I think I figured it out. Phil, good morning. Back at you. 40, what do you got? Did you see that Colts fan song? I did not yet. I'll have to check that out. I will check that out. Lions Talk Line fan, Colts are baby horses, right? They are. Phil, 56-9 Lions. I like the way you're thinking this morning, Phil. Clearly you drank some Mountain Dew. See, 40 Lions 34-16. I'll go with that. Ryan, have you ever thought about bringing Glover Quinn for an interview? That's not a bad idea. I'll reach out and see if I can get someone on. Philippines, I want to watch the game, but I might get tired and sit out the second half. Nothing wrong with that, man. I see what you're doing there. JDC, Lions Talk Live fan. Look at them like gummy. We'll go with that. Give me ponies. Let's see. Hookadoo, 34-17. Lions roar. Yada, yada. Miles Martin, thanks. But Phil, buy Kajora book for Christmas. Hey, yeah, go ahead and buy it. Hey, make sure if you guys buy it, though, you leave a review on Amazon because that helps me out a lot. Doug, 2 games in the next 6 days. That's actually accurate. Let's see, Lions Talk Live fan laughing. Phil, 2 wins in the next 6 days. I like that one even better. Rob, when the Lions win this game, the next 3 games are in Detroit, and for the final 6, that 1 seed is coming to Detroit, and every NFC team must go through Detroit. Woo! I'll go with that. And yes, if we pull that off, man, I got to imagine there's no team in the NFL that really would look forward to coming into Detroit in that environment. Can you imagine just how many people are going to be on top of themselves to get in there for those games? Derek, 3 wins in the next 11 games. We have Green Bay on Thursday, too. That's a good call. Rob Green, salutations, Coach Dan, and the Duke Crew. The Lions are the grooviest, Daddy-O. I concur. I wouldn't know. Coach, I've been a Detroit fan for 51 years, ever since I was born. This is still so new to me, but I love it. Go Lions. Woo, woo, Duke Crew, 100%. Wooing it up in here. And glad to have you on the show, man. Rob, a wise man once said, woo! I'm going to have to use that one. Derek, Champagne was not wrong. Yeah, Champion was not wrong. No, he wasn't. He was not at all. But I also get you can't talk bad about your employer to a certain extent, so it happens. Phil, David Long Jr. is a beast of a player. Looking forward to seeing him. He'll play. Yeah, I think maybe against Green Bay he will. Tomorrow, is it possible? I think he gets out there in special teams. Yes, maybe very limited on defense. We'll see, though. Derek, ditto, Phil. JDC, Dre Forge rocks, and he rolls. Ken, greetings, salutations, Coach and Duke Crew. What I want to know is how are we going to keep all these players when the starters get healthy? He won't. Some people have to go. That's the hard part of it, and that's the reality of the situation. You're not going to be able to keep everybody. All right, a couple more here, guys, and then unfortunately I got to go so I can get ready. Rob, in a pinch, could the Lions sign Ric Flair? Always, man, always. Eric, Coach, love you, man. Lions made us all family, 16-1 coming in. Woo! And I'll take that, man, and I love you too, man. Love you too. Miles, I wouldn't know. Woo! Eric, Glenn leaves, get solid, that simple. Could be. I do think he's a very good defensive coach, and he is somebody who's going to be probably looking for a job. Pierce, Eric Kevins, Shepard will be great. That could be 2. Keep it in the house and go with Shepard. I'd have no problem with that. I'd see John W. Big task for D losing another leader. They are, man. And you know what? Next man up, they've got a whole lot of guys stand up. Rob Hutch needs to do more than heal the leg. If he's not in game shape, he'll injure something else. That said, the kid's a baller. He is, man. And I get why he wants to work his butt off and get back, but kind of help him not get too over the top with it. Pierce, for this dynasty, we all want to think Hutch should be shut down. It could be. Rock, good morning. All a little late. Had to take the wife to work. Go Lions. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. Keep her happy and get her to work. Dominic, good morning from Texas. Doug, should not be talking about the next 3 games. That's how victories slip away. Fair enough. JDC, 1 Duke Crew, yell on 3. 1, 2, 3. Woo! I'll go with that. Bo. Woo! All right. Doug, 9-1, has gotten 1 game at a time. 1 game at a time, indeed. Hookadoo. Woo! All right, Rob, Thanksgiving has us all looking forward to the game again. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Thanksgiving Day. Not just for the food, but for the game. Matthew, AG might go to New Orleans. Yeah, it could be. Lauren, 3 wins in 11 days. Even better. Let's see, Miles Margaret. Rob, you got that right. Will be MCDC's first TD day or Turkey Day win. It would be. Matthew, AG to New Orleans if he feels Shepard is ready. Could be. Pierce, Matthew, that's who I want is at DC if Glenn. Yeah, defense coordinator, yes, goes if DC goes. Yep. Brian, good morning, Duke Crew. Lions win 34-20. I'll take that. Happy trails. Go Lions victory. Miles Marker, 9-1. Matty G, Philippines on demand. What up, Bill? Eric, Pierce, I agree. And let's see, Hookadoo, happy trails, Duke Crew. Go Lions. Brian, about to be 10-1 for the first time in my lifetime. Let's get her done. Woo! Joseph C., good morning, Coach and the Duke Crew. Go Lions. Good to see you, my friend. As always, glad to see you back, my friend. All right, guys, I got to get going so Coach Dan can check on in. But if there's some sort of breaking news and it's later today when I get back from coaching, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise, hope you all have a great day. Do something kind for somebody you don't know. Be a good human being. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button if you would be so kind as you're checking out. And we'll see you guys all on the next Lions Talk Live. Take care, everybody.
Excuse me, sir, would you... Donations to Reverend Moon? Jews for Jesus? Read about Jehovah's Witness? How about Buddhism? How Jerry's kids? Oh, yeah. Scientology? Or nuclear power?